Hello everyone, and welcome to the Deeply Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deeply Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 210. I believe it's 210. Yeah, it's 210. See, I wasn't totally prepared. I was just sort of prepared. It's also December 12th, 2017. Super duper exciting! Yay! It's so crazy. What is it? So, it's Sunday. What it be? I ended up doing some schedule shifting, which resulted in, because it turned out I had a very busy Sunday. Who knew? So it's 9 now. That's weird. I guess it really is 9 though. It's not totally insane. A sequence of events that occurred sometime. Would it be? I woke up at 10:20 and was out the door in 30 minutes, including a shower, and didn't come back home all the way, walked through the portal until probably 7:30ish, maybe? I don't know. It was a very busy day. Not, would it be, a super duper ton of knitting, but such is life. It did involve knitting-like content though, so I guess that wasn't all bad. But I don't know, just one of those things. So then I was like, okay, can't do Saturday night, guess I'm doing Sunday night, what have you. So here we are. We'll just do this one first. So I ran into a bit of awkwardness that hopefully won't be terrible to fix, and hopefully will not be too bad, but I have made 2 stitches somewhere on my cowl, and now I need to find a way to eliminate them, as you do on occasion. But this is sort of the Chevron Infinity Delight cowl, but I am knitting it in the round, and I have gone a bit further than last week. So last week I think I might have been in this blue stripe, so I've almost done, or somewhere here possibly, so I've almost done a full repeat. So I'm now up to 1, 2, 3 repeats. It almost would go around my neck now. It would just be a little bit choky. Not optimal. You're supposed to be on the needles, so I need to sit down and figure out where my 2 stitches appear from. But you can see it's really fun colors. The maroon, it doesn't seem to be as pop as it really is. I don't know. It's not quite right, but what can you do? The lighting is what it is. So it is super duper bright and happy. Still oodles of yarn. So we just have noodles sticking out everywhere. It's just chaos. Chaos, whatever. And sheds Deeply Renegade. But still plenty of yarn, so this is gonna be a nice big cowl when the time comes. And there is certainly knitting time on the horizon, so that's positive. So I'll have to sit down soon, figure out which repeats of the pattern actually have the extra stitches. I'm pretty certain it's just 2, I believe. It should have been 130, which, or it's 2 or 4. It might be 4. Does that make sense? I don't know. Something's funny. So I'm gonna have to sit down and figure out where they were. It might have been increases on increases or missed decreases. I'm not entirely sure. I'm like right before a decrease row. I was working on this during board games, and it'd be the case where it ended up receiving greater scrutiny and then being like, But I'll fix it in this row, it shouldn't be too crazy. I'm in the middle of a color anyway, so if I have to fudge it, it won't be the end of the world. Part of it is just making sure that I have 16 stitches per repeat and going from there. So it shouldn't be too crazy. See, that one doesn't even have the right number of stitches, so we'll figure something out. It may need to be a little bit more thought than that. So this is not going to get worked on in front of you. Because, yeah. So, because that wasn't, I don't know, it got love this week, so it's not too terrible. What it did mean is that the sock got some love too. So this is the Everdeen sock. It is a Yvonne Reynolds pattern. Sorry about all the jingle jangle, guys. And yay, we are back in the round, so that's super duper happy. I realize my signatures are doing quite a number on my knitting bag, so I probably need to either have something that contains the signatures, or I don't know. But they're poking pretty big holes into the bag Jyoti made me, so I was like, maybe I shouldn't be mixing these two, because I had been storing my signatures in that bag because it's one of my favorite bags to use. But I have been making some progress here, so I have my markers on the right spot, and I am now working into the intuitive part of the chart as opposed to the non-intuitive part of the chart. What would it be? There's a logic to where I am right now that makes it pretty easy. The other part of the chart has a little bit less logic to it because you're sort of like terminating things, and so then it's a little bit less clear how things get terminated, if you know what I mean. But what would it be? So I think I'm two cables into this one, and things are looking pretty good with my cable sort of thing. I definitely have a cross or a missed cross in here, but don't care that much. I thought it was a missed cross on the other sock, but it's definitely in this one. But it's not the end of the world. So it'd be the case where really there's not that much more knitting to do on the sock. So really I just need to get over myself and just focus on it for a little while. But for whatever reason, the cowl has been more fun. The other thing I'm not sure about is whether or not I want to get cracking on the dog pattern. So I did buy stuff for my niece because she is obsessed with dogs. So I have it up, and what would it be? It'll probably be a little bit smaller because I'm going to be working with worsted instead of yarn or bulky weight yarn. Or would it be? But it'd be the case for, like, I'll be using size 4 needles instead of size 6 needles like the pattern calls for. And it turns out that it makes a pretty large toy, so I don't think it'll be a big deal if mine turns out to be a bit smaller. We shall see. But it'd be the case for what I need to wind the yarn. So, and then probably pull out actually a third yarn and probably pull out my Cascade 220 Merino, because that's some good yarn. Not gonna lie, it's good. because I needed 3 colors, not 2. So the scope create on this project is amusing, but whatever, it will be loved. That's all you need. So, we'll make it work. What is exciting, at least from my perspective, is what to be. I'm putting together my swap package for my partner. He's like all of the delightful Volmesa. Oh, it is there. That's it, isn't it? This one was like having a moment there. I'm pretty sure this is the one, but maybe I'll pull out another thing and make sure. So, I'm putting together a swap package. I received part of my swap package already. Yeah, that must be it. Yes. So, I'm just a little bit crazy. It's just a little bit crazy making that I can't read the thing, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So, this one has that avocado green, and then sort of this maroon, and then these sort of orangey yellows and that sort of thing. Yeah, this is Becky. So, that was the one I said was going to be going to a new home. Oh, this is not a danger. Okay. That'll work. And of course I'm pulling a little bit of hand spun as well. So this is actually one of my spin the bin yarn. It is merino bamboo silk from Into the World. I think it's like Prancing Pony or something crazy like that. And so it's got purples and a sort of deeper pink greens and blues in it. But see, that's coming out probably a little blue on the screen, but it'd be the case where the person likes more pastel sorts of things, and this was probably one of the more pastel things in my stash, or in my handspun stash. This is the most pastel thing in my handspun stash, and I wasn't ready to get that one out. I still want some of them. So I think that will be about right, and I'm hoping I can fit it all in the same envelope. Everything else is either more vivid, like this is super duper vivid. So a lot of it is quite strong. So, and then the last thing that I'm putting in is a little needle gauge. So I ended up going on an adventure today, with the primary thing actually being to patronize a yarn store that bothered to be open on Sunday. This is a little needle gauge thing from the McKinney Knittery. And actually what's cool about it is that on the backside, they've actually burned in the various towns in Texas. So, bring it in. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but for reference, the other side of my finger is actually where McKinney is. So as far as Texas is concerned, I am very far north. So we ended up going decently north in order to make it there. But, oh, and what's cool about this is it actually has like hook gauges as well. So crocheters can also do stuff with it as well. So I thought that was a pretty cool little thing. So it was the case where I was looking around the store and that was really cool. I also ended up making a stash position as well, as you do. So one of my friends from work is a crocheter, and so she was following McKinney Knittery on Facebook. She's like, hey, I really want to go to this trunk show. Would you like to come with me? So I was happy to. I never heard of this dyer before, but I was looking at her Etsy shop and I was like, ooh yeah. So this is Plank and Stella. It is subtly speckled, definitely variegated, and comes in shades of pink and blue and green and some white in it as well. And that's most of it. Some teals in there too. And the colorway is Under the Sea. This is the 7525 sock yarn, 465 yards, so pretty fine. So not too crazy, but very cute. So you can find them at plankandstella.com and follow them on Instagram because that's what the cool kids are doing. So let's see if we can make that make sense. So really gorgeous. And I would have to say it was very nice going to that store because McKinney Knittery. Because it was probably the closest thing that we have in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to a place like House of Yarn. So they had every shade of Cascade Twin 20 Merino. And then the rest of the store, which was very small, was indie dyers. The whole store. Oh, there was some Baroque vintage too. So they had the basics, but for the most part, it was indulgence. So they had Canon hand dyeds, Yoth, Hedgehog, what would it be? They had Lazy Cat, which I think is Texas dyer. They generally have a trunk show always running. Malabrigo, Madeline Tosh, lots of Madeline Tosh. I appreciated that. It was the case where I handed my friend the skein of Pashmina and I was like, I know you really like merino cashmere nylon, but have you felt the merino cashmere silk? It's amazing. I'm knitting with it right now. And I'm trying to remember some of the other ones, but really, really great variety, really gorgeous stuff. What would it be? It'd be the case where it was like super duper easy to spend my dollars there. I just bought one skein because sometimes you can't always go crazy. And it was a little bit out of my normal thing because I don't normally get things with pink. So yeah. But I was really impressed. Would be happy to go back there. So only issue in my eyes is the case where my working hours generally completely consume their open hours. So they're open every day 10 to 7, or sorry, 10 to 4. So that's a minus. What would it be? It's a little bit more challenging to get there. But aside from that, whatever. The fact that they're open Saturday and Sunday means there's a chance. Let's see. So that was the stash position for the week. And whatever, showing you my swap burner stuff. I had my first box of my swap already show up, but I won't be showing you guys till after Christmas, because that's the way the swap works. So, the last thing is spinning. I did not work on my spindle project this week. I did wash my nest, so this was my 11th bin spin. I still haven't taken a good photo of it. I totally missed it. But I can actually show you guys. So, yay! It was done last week, but now it's really done. So it's had a spa treatment. This is BFL Nest in the Emerald Pools colorway. And I'm probably happier with it now than when it was on the bobbin. What would it be? It seemed a little overwhelmingly brown on the bobbin, but now in the skein, everything's looking very pretty. So bring it all the way in, bring it back. Focus, maybe. Seems to be a little bit distorted in colors and can't help too much there. So I was a little bit shy of 400 yards. I was 397 and 4 ounces, so a little bit heavy, but not the end of the world. And for some reason it was exact, so these are both ends tied down. So I put in another skein tie to make everything work. But it was a cable ply fractal. Maybe, excuse me, it would have been interesting to have done it as a 4-ply, but I don't know. Cable run, so not quite as crazy of yardage. That was the last one. I spun it on the ludicrous ratio, plied it on the ludicrous ratio, and then plied it a second time on the lowest ratio of my fast flyer, so not too crazy. Hopefully soon I can find some time to be home when the sun's shining. Oh my, excuse me. Had to wear down. But that was not this weekend, sadly. I don't even know what happened yesterday. I don't even remember. Oh, I went to brunch. So, that was not good for the knitting time either. But here's the finished yarn, so pretty cool. Hopefully I can get some beauty shots. I did update everything on Ravelry, but it'll be interesting to knit socks with this. Should be a fun adventure, and I'll just keep throwing it in my bag until I finally... It may be the case where I need to actually put in my other bag and photograph it at lunch, because I never see the sun. It's terrible. Gah, curse you, winter. I run on sunshine, and it's bad when my working hours are, or what it would be, all my working hours are spent in the darkness, or my non-working hours are spent in the darkness. So I did finish up my nest spin, or finish up the half of my nest spin-ish, I don't know. So I have my 3 sets of singles here. It's coming out, so part of this is a light blue, but it's looking a little blue on this, so hopefully that's okay. So this is half of my bump, and then I have the other half to go. So hopefully I can get all of this done. What would be the next thing is I do have a bobbin to ply, and I do have a spare bobbin. so I should be fine. What would it be? So I have 3 wood bobbins, no, 4 wood bobbins, and then 2 of the Anchorworks ones, so I think my evil plan will come together okay. So this is Nest Madame de Pompadour, and I have the long one, the long color run, the sort of split in half, and then the split in quarters in the center here. So this will probably be plied soonly. We'll see how it goes. I'm sort of running out of time to do that tonight, but whatever, we'll make it work. Didn't work on my spindle project. It hasn't been riding around with me in my bag, so oh well, such is life. I think that is everything. So, I should be able to record next week. We'll see how much craziness is afoot. What it be? I know this week is going to be pretty crazy. There will not be as much knitting time, and that's just whatever, a normal holiday nonsense. Had I been proactive, I would have done something about the fact that I have like a holiday potluck and other such craziness. Curses. But such is life. So it'd be the case for, what is it? Monday is rock climbing and yoga after work. Tuesday I have my department holiday lunch. Then I have my women's group holiday party. Gifts good. Wednesday I have my new employee holiday party, where we're doing like a board game thing, so I got that covered. Thursday, climbing and yoga. Silliness. And then Friday will hopefully be knit night. Saturday, I think I have 2 things that could happen, so I'm probably going to have to say no to one of them. And which then would leave Sunday's okay. I'll record next Sunday. And then may be the case where I won't be able to record again till either late December or the New Year. So we'll see. What would it be? It might be fun to actually show you guys some of the stash organization stuff that I end up doing. So we shall see. What would it be? There's probably it's probably about time. A certain amount of chaos is okay, but we shall see. Considering I have like a hand-spun explosion going on, which is wonderful and a little bit terrifying at the same time, we'll go with it. What would it be? But I'm not entirely done because I forgot to talk about another thing I got with me. So I am getting close to being done on my fiber prep. So here is what I have left of my dark parts of Ginny's fleece. Interesting. Whatever. So this has been resulting in actually some pretty vibrant balls of top, which looks gray to you, but really I swear it's like purples and teals, but with a definite gray tint to them. But the latest ones have been pretty purple. I might have mixed things up a bit too. Let's see, let me get the colors right. I can't even tell. So, not too crazy. Like this one should be sort of tealish. Whatever. So, at some point, I am going to have to do something. because this is my last spin. And I will have some time off with which to spin with. But who knows. And then I have this ridiculous, very full bag of carding waste. So much carding waste. Some of it is sort of that last little bit, excuse me, that you're not really sure about, and some of it is just obviously not good. So I'll have to figure it. I think what I want to do is to take my combing waste and then sort of split it out into two groups. That which is like one more pass of the combs to take out the obvious chunks, and then toss whatever doesn't end up passing through there. So not do anything too crazy, but sort of do one more pass before I then put it to cards. Not sure. I don't know, since I'm waiting for the hackles, if that's what I should do with it. It's certainly a possibility. And then just make like a funny little 2-ounce skein of that stuff for funsies. I'm committed to spinning 2 ounces of it. I did order the hackle and a time strainer, and then there was a screaming deal on some BFL fleece. So, like $3.50 for 8 ounces. $3.50 for 8 ounces. I bought it all. I tried to buy a sweater's quantity, but there was only one. Oh, I'm insane. Whatever, there was one left. I bought it. It's gone. I was very curious about BFL fleece. It turns out you can only buy it in England, I think. Or from the Woolery. So, but my hackle was back ordered 3 to 4 weeks, so I'm not sure I can get the hackle in time to blend the fiber to spin the singles to qualify for the Complete Twist Arbitrary Challenge. But I'm pretty sure I have. I don't know. Like, that's a lot of volume of combing waste there. And then we can be amused because this bag vintage is definitely from when I lived in Indiana. So it's been more than 3 years since then. Silliness. So, I'll figure something out. I need to probably decide pretty soon because it'd be the case where I do have this still to spin. I think I'm actually going to break it in half before I spin it. Split it once. Because I think it's a little bit more enjoyable to spin thinner. Maybe even quarters. I'll just go crazy. We'll have the chain ply be the middle level of stripiness. That could be fun. But, so I have 2 ounces left to go here, and the plying, and the plying. And a lot of stuff. Okay, that's what you get for the end of the year. Things just get crazy. So, hopefully it'll all work out. Oh, there is no plan. There's just hopes and dreams. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week. So, take care, guys. Bye-bye.